Tradition in Italy is everything, and this year I'm starting again to remake my classic Pandoro. Now, this is a classic cake which is in the shape of a star, and it is amazing, fluffy, and tastes like vanilla heaven. We're going to start off here with our little Poolish ball. In around 60 grams of high strength flour, you're going to add 40 grams to 50 grams of water and roughly 10 grams of yeast. Make sure the water is a little bit above room temperature and a little drop of honey to give it starting. Mix that up, make it into a little ball. It's going to be really sticky, but don't worry about it. And then cover it up with some cellophane plastic. And let that rise for a good hour or two. Then get some butter. You're going to need roughly 170 to 180 grams of butter. And I took it out of the fridge and I basically let it heat in the oven with the light on, just as I put my little Poolish in there. Get yourself a fresh lemon. You're going to need this. I thankfully have a little tree, so I can get my own little yummy lemon. And you're going to want to use the rind and grate it off completely. Be careful not to get the white of the lemon. That part is actually bitter. You don't need that. You just want the yellow bits. And do like me and scrape that into along with some microplastics. And then I have here vanillin. The vanillin is basically pure vanilla extract, but in powder form. It's very potent. You're going to want about 10 grams of that and into some of the butter that you put aside before. You're going to mix that up, melt it aside. I actually ended up putting some vanilla beans inside of here, but for this next step, you're going to need your Poolish ball that has now risen to 3 times its volume, egg yolks, and you're going to need about 3 of those, 400 grams of flour, and 150 grams of sugar, and then 2 extra eggs. So scrape your little Poolish ball. It was really sticky inside of your flour. Add half of your sugar. And then add all of your egg yolks. It's easy to kind of pre-mix them up. And roughly 50 milliliters of water. And get that going. Then once that's going, add the remainder of your sugar. A good pinch of salt. And those 2 eggs that we talked about before. Let that run for a little bit until you got a good consistency. And add 1 piece of butter at a time. This butter should be room temperature now. It should not be hard. It should not be super soft or melted. Just room temperature is fine. Let that mix completely until it's all the size, and then at the very end add the remainder of your emulsion, which is the flavors we talked about before. Let that all incorporate well, and at the end you should have a very good elastic dough. Beautiful. It's all homogeneous, exactly how you want it. Scrape the sides. We're going to do our initial folds here. Kind of show you how elastic it is. Look at that. Perfect. You can it's like a window pane. Let this sit for a good hour or so, just so it relaxes the dough. After that's done, take it out, put it on the countertop that you're working with. This is where you're going to start to actually build strength into your dough. So pop it out of your container here. And we're going to do our first booklet fold. Lay it flat. Don't squish it too much. The air is starting to develop. And just do your initial folds. And that's it. Make sure you pull in on the sides so you get a nice smooth dough. Pop it back in its container. Cover it up. Boom. Now you want to let that sit for about 5-6 hours, and in the meantime, you're gonna want to get this pan. This is the Pandoro pan that we got from Italy specifically, and you're gonna want to butter that pan up, and then get your next set of dough. This is the next morning, so I let my dough rise all morning and basically relax. Now I'm gonna do my second fold. So I lay it nice and flat on my countertop, extend it all the way. Look how elastic it is. That's exactly what you want. Get those glutens forming. And here you're going to do your final folds. One to the side, in the middle. And when you do this step, don't press. Just gently roll it on itself. Because the more you press, the more you're going to squeeze out the air. Pop that bugger inside. Cover it up with some cellophane. And let it sit for a good 8 hours. Mine actually had to sit for around 12 hours. You can put it in the oven with the light on. And make sure the temperature is about 28 degrees Celsius, or I don't know, what is that in Fahrenheit, but not that much. And then after that, it should look like this. This is for a 1 kilogram recipe, just by the way. Now put it in the oven at 320 for around 55 minutes. If the top of it starts to burn, you put a piece of foil on it. Measure the temperature inside. If it's above 80 degrees Celsius, you're okay. That means it's ready. Anything more than that, and you'll start to go into the sides of it will start to burn. Because I was going to bed that night, I covered it up and just let it sit in the pan overnight. Here it is the next morning. Boom, there it is. Look at that. It's beautiful. It's soft. It's not hard. It smells delicious. It's very aromatic. The vanilla really comes out. And typically what we do in Italy is we put it in a plastic bag. Or it actually comes in a plastic bag when you buy it from the store. But then you put it in a bag and get yourself some powdered sugar. You butter that baby up with powdered sugar. Oh, yeah. And you give it a good shake, shake, shake. Get every little corner completely covered in powdered sugar. And voila. Look at that. Beautiful. Looks like a little mountain. Covered in snow. And when you cut into it here, it should be nice and fluffy. And this is kind of the proof of the pudding here, if it actually came out perfect. And in my case, it did. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and please leave a like and share and subscribe. It really helps me grow. I'm a small channel. And if you like recipes like this that look daunting, but in reality, you've seen that they're not at all. Super easy. All you really need in most of my recipes is a KitchenAid, and that's basically it. So, thanks again. I had to sneak a little bite there. And see you on the next one. Ciao for now.